you're talking to somebody, okay, and then somebody comes out of nowhere and just interrupts you. Okay, that would be considered a disruption, okay, because it stopped the action, that conversation from happening or continuing, okay. Also, a disruption might be if you're driving your car down a street, a stop sign would be a disruption, okay, because it prevents you or kind of stops you from just continuing driving, okay. So driving disruption, okay. Takes a little bit more time to stop that stop sign, then keep on going, okay. And then the next word, number 2, the word is violation, okay. So violation is an action that breaks a rule, law, or agreement, okay. So just think about, there's a class rule, like keeping your phone away, okay, while I'm teaching, okay. So if you have it out, you are committing a violation, okay. So a violation is just breaking the rules. Just think about it like that, okay. The next word is number 3. The word is guarantee, okay. So guarantee is to promise something or to make it certain. So say like you're in math class, okay, and I give you a test, okay, that is 1 plus 1 and 2 plus 2. And you tell me, I guarantee it that I can get both of those right, okay? And then you do get them right. You get 1 plus 1 is 2, and then 2 plus 2 is 4. And I say, you got it right, okay? So you guaranteed it, and then you followed through. You made it happen, okay? So another thing to guarantee would be maybe you are really good at cooking something at home, okay? And so you're going to guarantee to your parents that the mac and cheese dinner you're cooking tonight with hot dogs in it is going to taste delicious. Does anybody have that in there? No?
Mac and cheese with hot dogs?
Nobody's had mac and cheese with hot dogs?
That's the best.
Oh, I have, but maybe.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe it's a little old. It's a little old school, but it can be delicious. Okay. The next word down is, so on number 4, the word is restrict. Okay, so restrict is to limit the use, size, or amount of something. Okay, so for example, when your parents give you a curfew, okay, so how many of you have a curfew on the weekends? Like you can only hang out to a certain time at night. Not me.
No.
McKaylee's the only one that has a curfew. Abraham, Dylan, do you guys have a curfew? Do your parents make you come home at a certain time on the weekends? No? Yes? Maybe so? Okay, so that would be a restriction they put on you. A curfew is the same thing as a restriction. Okay? Also a restriction would be basically kind of having the class rule of no cell phones, right? Okay, we're restricting you or limiting you to not using them in class. Okay? You've probably seen signs in buildings that say restricted area. Okay? So that just means a place that where? What? Should you go there?
Nope.
No, because yeah, it's just limited use, probably for like employees and stuff. Okay? And then on number 5, the word is communication. Okay, so as a reminder, communication is the process of sharing information. Okay, so right now, Dylan's sending a message to somebody, so he's communicating. That's the process he's using to send information or share that information, okay? So if you're talking, emailing, texting, Snapchatting, okay, maybe I'm like using sign language, okay, I give you a thumbs up, okay, those are all forms of communication. I'm sharing some sort of information with you, whatever that means, okay? Alright, let's take a look at the worksheet now, okay? Here's what I expect, that we're going to go through this together, and you guys write down everything we write on the board, okay? So this isn't going to be like you're coming up with your own examples. We'll just come up with them as a class, we'll write it down, and then we'll just be good to go. Like I said, it's 5 sentences, and then we're done. Okay? So, number 1, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to read the sentence out loud, okay? But when I pause at the bold vocab word, I just want you guys to say it out loud. Okay? So that's all I need you to do. Say the one word out loud, and then help me come up with a sentence. Okay? So, number 1, I want to see pointer fingers following along, like the Alicia's ready to go. Okay? Boys, I want to see pointer fingers ready to go. Okay? Unless you're going to read the word, read it out loud with me up front, okay? But I want to see pointer fingers, Dylan, so yeah, I want to make sure you're hearing that. I'm hearing that word with us. Okay, number 1. The power blackout caused a huge. Okay, the word is disruption. What's that word? All right. Okay, so the word disruption. What's that word?
Disruption.
All right. Okay, let's say it one more time. The word is disruption. What's that word?
Disruption.
Okay, I like that. Alicia said it. Okay. Okay, Michaela, what is it? Okay, disruption. Okay, Abraham, do you say it? That black word in number 1, that bold word. What was that? Disruption. What was that word? You got it, Abraham. Just say it out loud for me. You know where we're at? Okay, so right here at the end of number 1, so the bold word. So this word's disruption. So what's that word? Okay, so word. Here, I'll just come on.
So disruption. Okay, so like disruption. Yeah. Or still one time. Yeah, thanks for saying that.
Okay. All right. So the power blackout. Okay, caused a huge disruption. Okay, so this is actually a pretty good example because just recently down in Texas, there's been a huge power blackout. Okay, because of the cold. Right? You probably have heard about this on the news. So, did that cause a huge disruption? The power blackout. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so yes. So we're just gonna circle yes for number 1 because we know the blackout kind of stops what you're doing. I mean, if you've ever had power out in your house for a while, that's not fun. So go ahead and circle yes for number 1. Okay, so why is it a huge disruption? Why is a blackout a huge disruption?
If you don't have power in your house.
Okay, yeah, that's a really good.
Turn on the lights.
All right, I really like that. So, okay, so a power blackout would be a huge disruption because, you can't use your lights. So keep it simple. Okay, so say power.
Oh, there's the sun.
Yeah, so power blackout would be. Oh, sorry, my A and this. Okay, so power blackout would be a disruption because there are no lights. Okay. Sorry, I should have tried to make that a little shorter. So let's get that written down. Okay, get that written down for me. Doing great. Okay, we gotta let's copy what I have on the board. Okay. No, I said we're not writing our own sentences. You guys are just gonna copy what I've got up on the board. Okay, so let's go by faster if everybody just does what's up on the board. So yeah, just copy what we got. Okay, so just get that written down for me. Okay, I'll give you another 30 seconds. Okay. Okay, so yeah, we just know that it's a disruption, okay, because yeah, when you're watching TV and then the power goes out, or you're cooking and the power goes out, well, it depends on what you're cooking on, but okay, so it can be a huge disruption, okay, so for example, all the people in Texas right now, the power goes out and they don't have what?
Lights.
They don't have lights and they don't have what's major because it's really cold. Well,
Heaters.
Heaters, yeah. So they can't turn on the heat, okay, because it's so, or there's no power, okay. And so
Or they don't have
people
cook-
were
cook.
freezing. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people didn't have coats, and some people froze to death.
Oh.
I don't know how many people, but it was more than 15.
That's-
There was a lot.
We should have like a huge
Yeah.
generator.
Okay. All right. Number 2. Okay, remember when I pause at the black vocab word, I want you guys to say that with me. Okay, so the soldier received an award for his violation, good, of military rules. Okay, so if I violate the rules, am I going to receive a reward?
No.
What do you think, Abraham? If you violate the rules, are you going to get rewarded? No. Okay, so let's put that phone away. I know it's in your lap. Just put it away. The ladies can wait. Okay. So no. Okay. So why? Why does that not make sense? Would you receive an award for violating the rules? We already know it's no. So what would happen if you violate the rules? You wouldn't receive a reward.
You
You'd
get
probably.
a punishment.
You'd what? Get in trouble, maybe? Okay,
Or
so
you get in
let's write that
trouble.
down. So let's say, no, if you violate the rules, you will get in trouble. Okay. So, once you're 18, everybody in this room, if you violate the laws, you can get,
Violated?
well, you could get violated in prison. Okay. So, but yeah, no, you can go to jail, okay, and prison, but you would get violated maybe, depending on how tough you are for that. Okay, so you gotta fight somebody on your first day. No, I'm just kidding, don't do that. You don't wanna get in trouble. Okay. It's not like the movies.
Oh yeah, are we gonna do our shirts today?
Yes, so after we get done with this, I'm going to give you guys your t-shirts, and I want you guys to remember, I want you to write first, so you're not like just drawing random stuff on the t-shirt and it has nothing to do with your writing. So, we'll tackle that in a little bit. Okay, thanks for getting that written down for me. Okay, perfect. Okay, just make sure you got a period there, and you're starting with a capital. Okay, model it just how I write it if you're not starting with a capital. Okay. Okay, looks like we're wrapping it up here. Do 5 more seconds, Alicia.
Get it? There you go.
Okay, number 3. So I'm gonna read out loud when I pause. Say the word. The company. All right, the word guarantees. What's that word, everybody? Guarantees the computer will work for 2 years. Okay, so when you buy stuff like electronics, you get guarantees like warranty. They guarantee it's going to work for a certain amount of time. Does that make sense?
No. That doesn't make sense.
Okay, so when you buy your phone, okay, when you buy your iPhone, does Apple say this is good for like a year under warranty? Does that sound familiar?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, alright, okay. So warranty is like the same thing as guarantee.
Yes.
Okay, so if the company guarantees the computer will work for 2 years, does that make sense, yes or no, Rin?
Yes.
Okay, yes, okay. So Usually when you get electronics, there's something that comes in the package, or even like products you buy, there's usually a little paper that comes in there. So like, if you want to sign up for the warranty, it'll guarantee it'll, we guarantee it'll work for however long, okay? You sign up, if it breaks, we'll replace it or whatever, okay? So, this makes sense. Why? Okay, we know it makes sense because what? What's a guarantee? Guarantee is the same thing as a what? I guarantee I will be at school tomorrow. That's the same thing as a parent says they're going to come to a junior jazz game. I guarantee it. That's the same thing as a
Promise.
Oh, thanks for raising your hand, Alicia. So, promise. So, let's just basically replace guarantee with promise and say, yes, the company promises the computer will work for 2 years.
Yes.
Okay? So, we know that guarantee is basically the same thing as promise. So, we'll say, yes, company promises it will work for 2 years.
Yep.
Okay. And so, just as you're writing this, kind of the point of answering questions like this is just to help us remember what guarantee means. Okay. So, obviously in this class we do a lot of vocab, okay, but it's just really important because communication in the real world is very important, okay? You guys are only going to be living with mommy and daddy for so long, okay? And you're going to be on your own before you know it, okay? Some of you are almost seniors, and I'm sure high school is flying right back, okay? So you're going to be you're going to be 18 and out of the house before you know it, depending on how nice your parents are.
They let you stay there.
If they let you stay.
No,
Okay.
my parents don't let me. Almost 18.
Okay. Maybe your mom says, I guarantee if you don't move out by the time you're 19, you're going to pay rent to me. Which, well, I don't know. Could be worse if you're living on your own.
Unless you're going to college,
Okay.
that could be a trade.
Come around. Make sure you guys got that written down. Appreciate getting that. Okay, thanks for getting that written
I
down.
can't get my handwriting.
Okay,
I know,
Dylan,
look how
let's get that
nice
written
that is.
down. Some
You're doing
for
so
me.
much better.
You're doing awesome. Keep it up. Keep up the good
I
work.
remember last
We only
year.
got 2 more. Looking
Yeah,
great.
my handwriting is bad. This time,
Okay, so we know it's a guarantee because it's a promise, and just based on our previous knowledge, okay, we know that a lot of companies guarantee that our products are going to work for a certain period of time. Okay. All right, number 4. Yeah, just keep writing down, and you'll be good. Okay, so number 4, the stadium. Okay, so the word restricts. What's that word?
restricts.
Restricts good what people can bring in. Okay, so remember restriction is like limit something. So when you go to a stadium for a game now, any game, do they limit what you can take in?
Yes.
Okay, yes. Okay, so this makes sense. Okay, so limit is restriction. So what's something they don't let you take into a game?
Food.
Gun, food. Those are both. Okay, so yes. Okay, stadium restricts it. Okay. I've heard that like if you go to a football game at the University of Utah and probably any college and stuff like that, they have a clear bag policy, probably the Jazz game too. Okay, so they can see what's in there. Okay, so you can't just hide a gun in your purse, you know. Well, people probably still do, but whatever. Okay. All right, so we know it's a yes. So stadium restricts what people can bring in. So why is that a yes?
Because you can't bring a gun into a stadium to kill somebody.
Oh, okay, so you can't bring a gun, but so we can't bring a gun, but we know that stadiums don't let us bring in what? Just
Random stuff.
random stuff. Okay, great. So let's just say yes, a stadium might restrict or limit things you bring in.
Yes.
Okay, so like, if you end up violating the laws when you're 18 and you go to jail, okay, the jail's gonna restrict you from bringing certain things in. Okay, and they're gonna search you in a way you don't like. I'm only saying this 'cause I'm kind of scary, so you don't ever go to jail.
Yep.
Unless that's what you like.
Unless that's what you like. Hanging out with a bunch of people saying. Okay, let's get that written down. Yep, let's get number 4. So yes, stadium might restrict or limit things you bring in. Okay. So just limit stuff that you can take in. Say they're not gonna let you take in. Like if you've ever been to a concert, they're not gonna let you take in alcohol. Okay. Obviously, we talk about guns, anything illegal. Okay. Sometimes they won't let you take in like cameras. Okay. So, for example, has any of you been to a concert before?
Yes.
Okay. Who have you seen in concert?
I saw a country singer.
Okay. Do you remember who you saw, McKaylee? It was like a big concert.
I do.
What do you remember?
One Republic.
One Republic. Okay, so was it like a big concert, like a big arena?
It was outside.
It was outside.
Yes,
Okay.
mine was outside too.
It was outside like USANA or something, USANA Amphitheater or something. Okay. So some artists, like I can't think of one specifically off the top of my head, but they now restrict you when you go to the concerts from like filming with your phones or like taking your phones out. So like I said, I can't remember specific ones off the top of my head, but they have these strict rules. They restrict you from, you can take your phone in, but if like somebody working at the venue sees you pull it out to take a picture or something, they'll like kick you out of the show, which is pretty lame, but. All right. Okay, everyone got that written down? Okay, flip over the worksheet or flip the page. Okay, we got one more to do. And then I'm going to give you time to work on your essays and your t-shirts, okay?
Okay.
Wait, when are the t-shirts due?
They are due next
The 8th.
Monday. Okay, so I'll give you guys time today, which is Wednesday, tomorrow, Thursday, and then Monday to finish them. If you want to take them home, that is totally fine. Just as a reminder, you won't get a t-shirt if you don't turn one in.
I won't forget to.
Yeah.
I
And
will
you
bring
guys will want one. They're cool.
I'll bring mine. I'll. Or can I leave it here?
Yeah, you can leave it here.
You can leave it here.
Right. Yeah, you can either, if you're confident that you're going to take it home and actually work on it, okay, you can take it home. If you're not confident about that, you just leave it here. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay, number 5, last one. So, because of Abraham, let's put that away. Okay. All right, number 5. Because of effective communication, okay, the friends didn't know where to meet. Okay, so if you have effective communication, are your friends not going to know where to meet?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah.
If you have effective, which is the same thing as good, you have good communication, Dylan, are your friends not going to know where to meet? No, right? Okay, so no, okay, because if it's effective, okay. So because of effective communication, the friend didn't know where to meet. So why? Okay, so we know it was. Okay. So they didn't know where to meet. So how would we know? How would they know where to meet if the communication was effective? Okay. Wait. This is really weird. Okay. Alright. So because of so let's say if the friends had been communicating well, they actually would know where to meet. This is weird how it's written. Okay, but alright, just copy this down. Okay, so no, if the friends had been communicating well, they would know where to meet. I'm trying to think of the best way to explain it, but I don't like the way the sentences start off with because, kind of making it sound weird. Okay.
If you have effective communication, your friends would know where to be.
So it's obviously not true, but it's
Right. Yeah.
so the friends had been communicating.
They didn't effectively communicate this question.
Yeah, it happens occasionally. So just copy this down, and we'll be good.
Do you need it to listen? Done. Oh, no, not done.
Okay. So no, if the friends had been communicating well, they would know where to meet. Yeah, sorry, the initial sentence is a little weird. It should have said like, because of ineffective communication. That would have been easier to understand and answer. But it's like you're answering no, but it's like you're saying the same thing. Alright, whatever. Okay.
Done.
Just finish writing that sentence for me and we'll be good.
Okay.
Okay. Looks good.
Here's that nice handwriting.
Yeah, looks good. You can put that away. Yeah, so like I said, once you finish writing that sentence for me, okay. I'll bring you over your essay and you can finish typing it. Wait, I got finished writing the sentence. You just put a period there. Oh, man. There's like 6 more words. Oh, yeah, right. 7 more words.
Did you get checked off, Brady?
Yeah, he's good.
Okay.
Okay, so last time we met, Abraham was the only one that finished his essay. Okay, so